Charles Cross joining us right now. You can go ahead and put these guys on. Charles, we are so happy to have you here. We know that you're going to hit the field in just a little bit for practice. How was day one?
Day one was good. It was felt good outside. Enjoy to see the fans out there. It was a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Man, I saw something yesterday, and it got me excited. I saw this screen drill that y'all was doing at the edge, getting out there on the bags, blowing them up, receivers getting underneath. Is that, you think, going to be a big part of your game this year?
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a great improvement from last year, just within the offense itself.
Yeah, Charles, don't hate me for asking this question. Genuinely, because I don't know. What sometimes can make screens really tough? Or because you guys, sometimes you can get it done. Sometimes teams just really struggle to get it going. It seems like a far more complicated play than people give it credit for.
I feel like timing
Yeah.
is a big part of it. Just everyone being on the same page and everything timing up.
How tough is it to be out here? Because people ask me, what the O-line look like, what the D-line look like? I go, man, they're not really touching like that yet. They're taking care of each other, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you can't really physically impose yourself on the defense, what are you working on?
Technique. Imagining your technique, executing it. Coach P does a good job of emphasizing technique and doing the little things right when we don't have a pass on.
Yeah. How do you feel heading into to year two now? You had a fantastic rookie season, and now you're back out. Does it feel different not being a rookie? How does year two feel right now?
I feel better. More confident. Learn more from last year. I'm just excited for this year, honestly. Glad to be back here, better to get some work in.
Yeah.
You guys got a young group, man. I want to say if it unfolds the way that I think it's going to unfold, you can possibly have two rookies on the offensive line and then you and Abel in there as well. Who's the leader in that group? Or are you guys kind of just coming up all together at once? Like, what's the vibe of that group?
I feel like all of us are coming together up at once. And at the same time, everyone's just tries to lead by example. We were a real selfless group, so we coach each other up, and we just try to keep learning and improving day by day.
What have your conversations been like with friends and family that are calling like, oh, how's Seattle? Is it so rainy and gross? Because during the season it's tough. You guys get some tough weather, but on days like this, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Seattle's been beautiful in the summertime, especially like during OTAs. Like, it was beautiful out here. The rain wasn't out, the sun was out. It felt good.
What's it like in the huddle now? Because I've watched Geno, and I felt like last year, obviously, he was competing for the starting job. And there's a certain way that I feel you have to conduct yourself. But now he's the dude. And it seems like he's talking a bit more, showing a bit more personality. What's it like with him in the huddle this training camp compared to last training camp?
It's amazing. Geno's a great guy. He's a great leader, and I see him growing more into himself.
Yeah. We've been having some conversations about like running back value in the league, and as you know, right, like there are 3 running backs who were franchise tagged, were waiting for new contracts. Saquon got one, but you got 2 other guys who didn't. So one of the conversations all offseason has been like, well, even running backs, they're just easily replaceable. I would imagine as an offensive lineman, when you've got a great running back, you can feel the difference, right?
Yeah, of course. I feel like everyone on the team has to know their worth, you feel me? So I feel like those guys deserve what they deserve at the end of the day.
Last year being a rookie, I would assume that there were some adjustments you had to make in your game as the season progressed. Was there a game or a week where you felt like, okay, everything's coming together, it's slowing down, and I feel like I can just go play ball now?
Yeah, I definitely felt that toward the middle end of the season. The game started to slow down a little more. I started to understand more, pick up more on tendencies, and I felt better.
If we were going to use one word to describe just how you feel coming out of your rookie season, what would it have been?
One word to describe how I feel coming out of my rookie season. It's a good question.
It's tough. You have a lot of choices.
Promising.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You've had a chance now to go through this league for 18, 19 games and go up against some one-on-one matchups. Now, they ain't never scared, and put that out there first, but was there a guy where you were like, all right, this is going to be my biggest challenge so far? And granted, you played in the SEC where you see that type of talent all the time.
Not really. It's the NFL, so everyone's good here, you feel me? So I treat each game, each player with respect, and prepare for them all the same.
All right.
We were having a debate earlier with a listener who watched. Did you watch Quarterback on Netflix?
I saw some of it, but I haven't seen all of it.
Okay. So Patrick Mahomes in a couple of the episodes has a lot of trash talk, like more than I thought he would. And we had some listeners go, I don't know, if like trash talk is just not like that classy. And we were both saying like it just happens. Man. Like it's just something that Bump was getting fired up.
Man, out there soft. Man.
How do you feel?
What they want y'all to do? Just hey, you okay, buddy? How was that play?
How do you feel about trash talk in general? But then trash talk from like offensive guys, who I think normally people assume maybe don't as much.
I feel like if they get you going, they get you going. Like whatever gets you going.
Are you saying you're a trash talker?
Occasionally,
okay.
Not a lot.
When it's called for.
Yeah. It's got to be the right situation.
Yeah.
Someone say the right thing. Like, all right, let's get going. That's what I appreciated about Mahomes is people calling him corny and all that stuff. I'm like, he's being him, and he's balling out there. Mm-hmm. So what can you say about him? And what I like about the offensive line and defensive line is that y'all don't get plays off. Right? As a receiver, man, I look at the formation, the coverage. I know I'm just going to run this guy off and get my boy open. I ain't going to be touched. So what's the maintenance like for you throughout the season, or even right now where you're not necessarily, touching a lot, but you're still moving. You still got to make sure your body's good. What's your day-to-day like?
Prehab, take care of my body, hot tub, cold tub, get massages when I need to. Stretching. I've been doing a lot of stretching, normal tech.
Getting yoga?
Not yoga, just like stretching, make sure my muscles, loose. I feel loose, I feel good.
Yeah.
That's good. How old are you?
22.
Yeah,
oh,
see?
God.
And at 22, I don't even think about stretching. So, yeah, you stay ahead of that for sure.
But you were in a different era, too, where they were like, you guys got a concussion in training camp? That's too bad. Just roll back out there.
hey, blink 3 times. You good? All right, get back out there.
Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can play. What do you wish? I always like asking players this because I obviously did not play football. And I'm older than you, so when I started covering, Dwayne Brown was still here. And I remember a post-game interview where I went up to interview him, and his toes were bloody, right? And I was like, oh, this is something I didn't even – it's silly for you to hear, but to me, I was like, this is something I didn't even consider. I'll see, hamstring on an injury report.
Right. You
don't think about, like, I'm not going to report the cuts and the bruises and the back pain and all this stuff. That's just the day. That's just what happened. Is there something that you just, and that's something I always wish like fans saw more of. Is there something you personally wish fans saw more of where you're like, I feel like you'd understand the life of like a football player if you could see this?
I'm not sure, but one thing that happens to me a lot is like I'm a heavy sweater. Mm-hmm. So like, especially like in the summertime, like right now, whatever, like my shoes will be filled and soaked with like sweat and water.
Yeah.
And like it'll start foaming out when I start walking, my feet will get heavy. That's something I think people don't know about. Like,
yeah, seriously, it's something that people don't think about. It's just like, oh, he slipped, or like, oh, he gets paid to play a game, and it's like, yeah, this guy was like bleeding and walking out with like broken toes.
That's the constant
it's
friction.
It's a constant friction thing for offensive linemen too.
I've rarely seen veterans come out this game with pretty feet. I've rarely
Fingers.
seen it. No, I've seen it, but I haven't seen much of it. What's this offense? Has Shane installed? Obviously, you can't tell us everything, right? But do you see the evolution of Shane when it comes to this offense? Are you guys adding a few things that you're excited about?
I'm definitely excited about the marrying around with the pass, and just seeing the guys run, seeing them guys catch. I feel like it's gonna be exciting year this year with the offense.
I'm gonna have you make a bold prediction. So you guys were a top 10 scoring offense last year. At one point, now this changed as the year progressed, but at one point you were like number 1 in scoring in the first quarter. You guys were great with third down. Are you gonna be a top 5 scoring offense or top 5 overall offense?
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal for
Do you
sure.
think this? You're like, when you look at this offense behind the scenes, you're like, that's our our ceiling is that we can be top 5. Yeah.
Of course.
What's the relationship like with the offensive lineman and say Geno? Because I know in college, and I was in high school, and even when I played in the league, the quarterbacks always made sure they did something special for the boys, protecting them. Have y'all gone out or done anything with Geno yet this year?
Not yet this year. But Geno does a great job, talking to him, just being a great person that he is.
Have you ever thought about leaving suggestions? Like when I was little for Christmas, I would tell my parents, like, here's you're too young for catalogs, but it would be like circling like a Toys R Us. Do you ever think about like, hey, Gino, I know you got to get those offensive line gifts. I did pick up that, would have been sack for you. I'm just going to leave these here. Just circle some ideas. Just think about it.
Okay, Gino took care of us last year around
Did
Christmas.
he?
Though.
What
did.
did he get you guys?
Oculus, GoPro.
Wow.
Like 2, 3 other things. I can't remember right now.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is for sure.
Do they still put you guys in a hotel for training camp, or are you guys at home?
Some of the guys are in the hotel.
Some guys,
Okay.
so the new guys, rookie guys at the hotel. So when you're home during training camp, what do? Are you a gamer? You guys hop on the game, a few of the boys, or nah?
I recover. I'll get on my normal text at home, do a little stretching.
Yeah.
Probably watch a little TV. Then I'm going to sleep.
Going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep.
Got to rest
The
up.
grind never stops,
No,
Bob.
can't stop, won't stop.
That's exactly. When I go home from this job, all I do is I just practice radio.
I hope
Just
not.
like Charles, I never quit.
hope
I
not.
never quit. What are you watching on TV?
Nothing specifically right now.
Yeah.
I was watching. I was finishing up Snowfall.
Yeah.
I was
Good.
finishing up Snowfall.
Yeah.
I just started watching something last night with the wife. They cloned Tyrone, I think it's called. Netflix.
I saw that on Netflix.
Yeah, go check that out.
All right. He is Charles Cross, kind enough to join us ahead of practice. You have a very busy day ahead. We will let you get going, but we appreciate it, Charles. Thank
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.